And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Alright, we got this brute out of the package here. Let's dive in. Let's see what all the fuss is about at the end of the day. And we do get two hands with this brute. Two gripping hands. No fists of fury on this brute here. He does got two a little larger gripping hands here. So he's all about the grip at the end of the day. So we do got two gripping hands for him. Nice hands. Got that kind of gray, smoky gray skin tone going to it. You get some black nails, which really add a little extra pizzazz to the hands there. Then we get down to his weapon. He only has one weapon. And if you say the word brute, what kind of a weapon would a brute have? Not some scientific weapon, things like that. He'd have a spiky club, like something out of the Flintstones. That's what he would have. And that's exactly what this guy has. All in a nice, once again, kind of smoky gray color, spikes all over it, almost like a baseball bat, but it's just a big hunk of wood. Truly a brute weapon at the end of the day. So that's what this warrior has, this brute warrior. And I gotta say, these are very sharp spikes. Holy cow. Not for kids. Kids, watch out on those. Those are spiky. There it is. But now we're going to get into this brute here and see what all the fuss is about. Once again, this is an army builder. This is a lot of reuse. Now, that's the one thing we got to think about. Not just with Super 7, but could be Hasbro, could be Mattel, could be any of them. Any of the major players out there. They're getting the most out of their molds. And a mold like Slythe, the Reptilian, the first one they released, the head Reptilian, of course. That's a one-and-done mold. That's a lot of money for just one character. So it makes a lot of sense. Super 7 said, hey, we got to get the most out of our molds. Let's release some more figures in that. Perfect army builders. We've seen the army builders in the show as well. Not super up front in the mix like a Jackalman and Vultureman, stuff like that. But in the background in a few different episodes. So I guess it does work. It does net out. The math does check out at the end of the day. So we got the most out of our molds. Putting that Slythe mold back out with just a few small little tweaks. And bam, what do you got? You got yourself a new figure. And that's what we have right here. But let's dive in on this guy first. Let's go into it and let's look at these head sculpts. So the first one, very interesting. Of course, he's a reptilian, so he's got the slitted eyes there like a snake. Yellow eyes, black slits there. Very menacing, very nightmare fuel at the end of the day. Got two little teeth on each side sticking out. His mouth is together, it's not open. He's got two big old ears, got the spikes on his head as well. Kind of got that smoky gray color throughout and a little lighter gray around the mouth there. End of the day, you see that, you know it is a reptilian. But you do get a second head on here. Now, this is where you say, oh my gosh, army builder, because theoretically, these are army builders. You could buy multiples, use this head, take this one off, have two of these guys with the same head going on. Now, that'd be an expensive proposition. However, who knows what happens 6 months, 8 months? What is time? What is a year from now? Maybe we'll see these on clearance. I don't know. I doubt it. I really do doubt it. But if these went down to like 20 bucks, man, I'd be all in. I'd buy another one of these. Use both heads. Two different characters is what you could do right there. But this one has a little bit more personality, and most likely this is the head I'll probably use on this one if I'm only having one of these. Mouth has a little bit more openness to it. See a little tongue going back there. Eyes open a little bit more. Just a little bit more awake for a brute, really, at the end of the day is what this one is. So I do prefer the second head sculpt, which usually not that way. Usually the best head sculpt is on the figure. In my estimation and my views for these unboxings over the however many years we've been doing this. However, I like that one a lot more there. So a good head here, of course, head removable. Take it off, replace it with that one. We know how that story goes. Now we do get articulation. Arms do go all the way around. Very tight arms. No bicep cut on this one. Single jointed elbows, side to side. Hands removable, side to side, back and forth, of course. Waist articulation right there. You do get a little leg movement, get a little knee action, a little side to side at the knee, side to side on the ankle, up and down, of course. You get the tail in the back. The tail does move, and the tail is very, very nice. Got that kind of lighter gray under there, darker gray at the top, spots all over the body, of course. The hands and the feet do match. Got the same kind of nail color going on. He does got ankle bracelets, maybe ankle monitors. Maybe he's not supposed to leave the house. Who knows what's up with him? You do got some leather-like forearm guards. I think they're supposed to look like leather protector there. So we do have that. He's got a nice little satchel over the top, almost like a one suspender there into a belt. And then apparently he spent some time in Eternia and picked himself up one of Eternia's finest loincloths along the way. He just got one of those furry loincloths there, looking pretty good. I'm guessing he'll fit on a ringside collectible stand, but really not needed for a figure like this. Yes, he does. Head over to ringside, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Not really needed for a figure like this, as he does have a pretty strong base with his feet, and you also got the tail that you can use as kind of a tripod for him if you really wanted to. But a nice looking figure, a nice army builder, a big figure. He's short, little squatty, but man, he's big around. He is a big menacing dude. And of course, speaking of big menacing dudes, we got Slythe here, and I like the color combination differences on these two. Obviously, same figure, different head, some different accessories, things like that. Just enough to be different is what we'll say about this one, but I do like how they fit together. I can see him on the front of the shelf, this guy right behind him, flanking him to the side as we build out to these Reptilian army builders. And now we have 2 more of them to unbox here, so subscribe to this channel. You don't want to miss those. Of course, at the very end, we'll put them all together. We'll see what's going on, see what all the fuss is about really at the end of the day. But this brute, not bad. Is it as good as Slythe? No. We all love Slythe. We knew him as a tippy-top guy in the Thundercats. But it's pretty cool to build out some of these ancillary characters. And, of course, Super 7, they got to get the most out of their molds. That's what they're doing right here. So, all in all, not going to be for everybody. It's not a core Thundercats character, but if you're deep into the line, you're all in on the line, you're going to need something like this. And these ones get a little harder to find. I think we're going to see that in 2024 with some of these Super 7s. I don't know if we'll find the discounts we had in 2023. So if you want this one, you probably better get on it right now. That would be my recommendation. But once again, what do I know? What do I know? But that's my recommendation at the end of the day. But what's your recommendation at the end of the day? Is this a pickup, a pass, a long game, a no game? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, so we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content on Patreon, including early access to both YouTube channels' videos. And it is truly your best way to support this very YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel at PetersonTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for our little Reptilians, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.